this is Abhishek from GadgetReviews.com, and today we are here at the Mobile World Congress at 2014 at the Nokia booth, and we have the Nokia X with us. The Nokia has actually launched Nokia X and Nokia X Plus. The difference in between the Nokia X and Nokia X Plus visually is nothing, but as far as storage is concerned, the Nokia X will have 512 MB of storage, whereas the Nokia X Plus will have 768 MB of storage. And Nokia X Plus will also get a 4 GB micro SD memory card within the package whenever it comes to India, and it is coming to India very soon. I think within the first or second week of April, this will come to India. In terms of the overall look and feel, the Nokia X actually looks like the younger brother or the elder brother of Nokia Asha phones, basically. So it has almost the same kind of design which we have seen on Nokia Asha 501, not on the Nokia Asha, the latest series which we see over here. So it is not same in terms of the look and feel as compared to the Nokia Asha 502 or 503 or 500, but it looks like the bigger Nokia Asha 501. And we have already seen this device earlier as well. If we take a look over the phone in terms of the build quality, again the build quality has been great. Again, this phone is pretty easy to hold in one hand. It has got a display of 4-inch. So you have got a 4-inch IPS WVGA display, which is not a high resolution display, but again the font size is such that so you don't feel the pixelation on this device in any case. As far as OS is concerned, this has been a revolutionary device for Nokia till now, because this comes with a kind of custom version of Android which Nokia has optimized, and they call it Nokia X software platform. Nokia X software platform is nothing but Android, but it is open source Android which they have used. Again, this is not the certified Android which we see on Android phones, on which you also get Google Play Store. So there is no Google Play Store on this device. This is not a certified Android device from Google. So you might not be able to install the Google Play Store, but again you can sideload it with some tricks. When it comes to operating system and other things, the operating system is Android, but when it comes to applications, you will not be able to install application from the Google Play Store, as there is no Google Play Store on this device. But you can always go to the Nokia Store, which is a third-party store on this device, and it also redirects you to the other third-party application store, where you can go and download different kind of APKs which you can sideload on this device. Again, there is one more thing which you can do on the Nokia X, is that you can actually sideload applications from the micro SD memory card, but again you cannot install applications from the SD card. When it comes to the other things of the device, when it comes to cloud storage, you also get 7 GB of free cloud storage on the Microsoft OneDrive, and when it comes to Skype, you also get 1 month of unlimited Skype subscription on this device. You also get free online and offline hair maps on this device, which turn by turn navigation. Let me just play a video on this device to show you the overall quality of the device as far as display is concerned in the video playback. So this is how the video will look like. The viewing angles are not too great, but again you can see the display to an angle if you see it from the sideways, but again they are not too great. The overall display quality seems to be pretty good. You can actually play videos. However, we are not sure whether you can actually play high definition videos on this device or not. When we take a look over the application which you have Nokia World application, you have Store. This is again the Nokia Store, but it actually allows you to download applications which are again customized on Android, because the actual software which is running on this device is Android. It has got a 1 GHz Qualcomm dual-core processor. Again, we are not confirmed about exact processor specifications. When it comes to mixed radio, you also get mixed radio as well on this device. So you have mixed radio, you have Skype company installed. Skype will also give you 1 month of free unlimited subscription. You have Twitter application installed. Again, the Twitter application is the same application which you see on Android phones as well. So in terms of the look and feel, there is no difference on this device as far as Twitter application is concerned. When we talk about the backside of the device is matte finish. Again, you can remove the back cover. Definitely, let me remove the back cover to show you the phone from the side. So once you remove the back cover with these edges, you can actually take the phone out, and let me just take it out. So once you have the phone out, you can actually access the SIM card slots, as you can see. So there are 2 SIM card slots which will accept a micro SIM, and then you have a micro SD card slot as well. So this is the Nokia X Plus which we have with us, and again, the Nokia X Plus will definitely have the micro SD card slot because it comes with micro SD card, but we are not sure whether the Nokia X will also have it or not. But you will not get the free micro SD card within the package. This is where the battery is. When it comes to the battery, let me just take a look over the battery. So the battery on this device is a 1500 milliampere battery, as you can see. Looks pretty good and looks pretty nice in terms of the design as well. Although in terms of the weight, this phone does not weigh very heavy. It is slightly heavier to hold in one hand, but again it does not weigh too much. As far as the placement of the buttons and the power and sleep key is concerned, it has got the same kind of design which we have seen on the Nokia Asha series as well. This is the Nokia. This is the power and sleep key basically. This is the volume rocker which we have. On the top we have the 3.5mm audio jack, and this side we have nothing. Here we have the loudspeaker, and again it is pretty loud, not too loud. Here we have the 3 megapixel camera. The 3 megapixel rear camera is autofocus or not, we will just tell you. And at the bottom we have the micro USB port for data syncing and charging. And once the phone is booted up, which actually takes little bit amount of time, once the phone is booted up, we will just show you how much of the storage. So here we have the UI, as you can see. Once we take a look over the phone dialer, again this phone supports dual SIM as well. So there are 2 SIM cards supported. This is how the phone dialer looks like. Again, very much similar to the UI which we have seen on the Nokia Asha series phones as well. But again, you do have large number of options on this phone as compared to the Nokia Asha series, on which we do not get this much of display size as far as the display is concerned, and the touchscreen is capacitive display. And when it comes to the application which are side-loaded or installed on this device, it is the same application which you see on the Android phone. So again, it will give you a kind of Android experience, complete Android experience, but in a different way, because you will also have these applications and games which will come pre-installed. Almost you can install almost all the applications which are available for the Android phones out there. You can install all the applications like Astro File Manager, Viber is also there. You also have WeChat, Opera is also there. You can install Wine, you have Outlook.com, OneDrive. When it comes to emailing applications, there are some applications which are deliberately installed on this device so that you can actually use the Microsoft email client like Outlook. You can also use OneDrive and other applications so that you can access them. When it comes to the calculator, you do have calculator on this device. And one thing which I really like about this device is that on this Android phone, actually we can actually call it Android phone because it is based on custom Android. On this Android phone you also have Air Maps, which is definitely a very good competitor to Nokia, not to Nokia but Google Maps. So Google applications definitely by default does not come installed on this device. And again, Nokia has actually designed a custom Nokia API for their applications to talk with Google. So you may not be installed the exact Google Play Store, the Google Map application, the Gmail application on this device, but we will see. I think there must be some way out with which you can actually install applications on this device. Let's go to the settings as of now and find out what we have as far as settings are concerned. So you have the toggle over here for the Wi-Fi. When it comes to the notification center, the notification center is quite basic. Again, it needs to have more things because it is an Android phone. So you have Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, data and music, and then this notification center is similar to the one which we have seen on the Nokia Asha series phone. Here we have other options. Mobile data networks is there. When it comes to tethering and hotspot option, you also have the option of creating a wireless hotspot using the 3G internet on this device. So you can create a wireless hotspot just like you do on the other Android phones. So you do have support for that as well. You also have VPN support as well, as you can see. Dual SIM manager is also there. It is actually completely Android but with a different skin. So that is something which I can see as of now. You also have Fastlane on this device which comes from Asha series phones, but it is again designed in such a way that it works on this one as well. Let me just take you the storage scenario. So under the storage, as you can see, this is the same kind of UI which you see on Android. As is now, when we talk about the storage, this device has 4 GB of internal storage, and out of 4 GB of internal storage, around 1.28 GB is actually available, out of which around 1.28 GB is there on the device, internal storage. 460 MB is being used by applications and data. You have around 0.92 GB available to the user. On the phone storage memory, you have around 1.13. So the total storage available on this device is 1.13 plus 0.92, which is approximately 2 GB, a little bit above that basically. And then you have the option of micro SD memory card, but again you cannot install applications on the micro SD memory card. That is something which we can confirm. Let me just take a look at the RAM scenario. Again, I'm not sure how much of the RAM is there on this device, but it should be at least 1 GB. So it is 1 GB of RAM which we
remember some of the products that changed the world.
So this is the memory card.
If you remember any of these ones,
this should be the RAM. Okay. When it comes to the RAM, it seems to have 5 512 MB of RAM, and out of 512 MB of RAM, 258 MB of RAM is being used, whereas 124 MB of RAM is free, which is again pretty good, and the device is responsive and there is no lag in the device, which I can notice as far as the device performance is concerned. You do have the option of controlling the notifications. Let me just show you the display scenario as well. So under the display scenario, if you take a look, the display should have support for, it has support for automatic brightness, so you do have proximity and ambient light sensors. You have the option of controlling the glass screen as well. The wallpaper for the lock screen, let me just show you the same. You can have different wallpapers for the lock screen as well as for the home screen. So you can do that on this phone, which is definitely a good thing. This phone is definitely going to come at a pretty affordable price. I would say it is 99 euros, and if we convert the 99 euros, it should be approximately around 8 to 9,000 rupees. Less than 10,000 rupees, this device is going to be available with a 4-inch display, so it looks pretty good. And you do have a large number of things which you can do on this device as compared to the Asha counterpart. Again, you cannot actually go back to the back screen with this one. You have to always use this touch capacitive button which is there at the bottom, which again resembles the Nokia Asha phone. So as far as other options are concerned, you do have language and input settings, and you do not have support for continuous input. Let me just show you the messaging application so that you can get an idea about the messaging on this device. So once you go to the messaging application, and whenever we type a new message, so you do have continuous input supported on this device, which is definitely a very good thing, and you can always use this keyboard for typing. Although the keyboard keys are a little bit smaller, so you might have problem in typing on this device initially, but you will get used to it. But in all, this device looks pretty good, and it also allows you to do almost everything an Android phone can do. So this is going to be a very good competitor for the Nokia, for the other budget Android phones out there in the market. Do let us know if you have any specific question for the Nokia X or Nokia X Plus. We would love to help you. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you. Now comparing the Nokia X with the Nokia XL, here we have both of these devices. Both of these devices has followed almost the same design principle. They look like the Nokia Asha series phone, especially the Nokia Asha 501 they look like. In terms of the look and feel, both of them are similar. When it comes to the material which has been used, the material is matte finish, and again it will not get the fingerprint very easily, and it is quite good when you hold the device in one hand. Although the Nokia XL, which is this one, feels little bit heavy as compared to this one, which is fairly light. This is the 4-inch display, whereas this is the 5-inch display. When it comes to the camera is also different. And when we talk about the camera on this device has got a 3-megapixel camera, which we have on this phone, whereas this device has got a 2-megapixel camera, which is the front camera, whereas the rear camera is 5 megapixel. So rear camera is 5 megapixel. It can record high definition video at 720p at least, and we will confirm whether it can do at 1080p as well. But again, when it comes to the differences in between these two devices are going to lie at different price points in the market. This one is going to be available for a price of approximately 8,000 to 9,000 rupees, whereas this one is going to be available a little bit above 10,000 rupees. So it will be in between 10 to 12,000 Indian rupees as far as the price is concerned. As we take a look over the top side, you can easily notice the difference in between these two sizes as far as the display is concerned. There is a considerable difference, but you have the 3.5mm audio jack on the top. On this side, you have the power and sleep key. You have the volume rocker, and again, the design language is similar to the one which we have seen on the Nokia Asha series phone. And again, these phones, including the Nokia XL, the Nokia X, and Nokia X Plus, all these phones are actually the elder brother of Nokia Asha series, and they are going to be priced a little bit high above these Nokia Asha phones because they provide more features. And when we take a look over the bottom, we have the micro USB port on both of these phones, and this can be used for data syncing as well as for charging. When it comes to the front side, we have the earpiece over here, and on the front we do not have any camera on the Nokia X, whereas we have a 2-megapixel fixed focus camera on the Nokia XL. As we take a look over the bottom, at the bottom we have only one button, which is the physical, not the physical home button, but it is a kind of a home button or a back key actually, not an actual home button, because it will actually take you to the back screen all the time from different instances, from different navigation menus, but it will not take you to the home screen in one go. You have to actually press it once again and again. And it is a capacitive button. It is not a physical button, so you can access it with just a tap. And it is not within the display, so it will not take up the screen resolution. So in terms of the look and feel, I would like to say both of these phones are targeting to different price segment, different kind of audience, and they actually provide you the kind of Android experience you might be looking for. Although you may not get the complete Google experience, because both the Nokia X and Nokia XL or Nokia X Plus, they do not have Google Play Store, and they do also not have any kind of Google applications installed. Again, you may try to install Google applications on this device, but that might not be very easy. That is something which we can tell you. In terms of the overall differences, apart from these two, we can easily say that it has got a 4-inch IPS WVGA display, whereas this one has got a 5-inch IPS WVGA display. The front camera is 2 megapixel. Both of them have 1 GHz Qualcomm dual-core processor, and looks like that both of them have almost the same processor. When it comes to the memory on the Nokia X is 512 MB, whereas the memory on the Nokia XL is 768 MB. When it comes to the Nokia X Plus, the memory of the Nokia X Plus and the Nokia XL is the same, which is 768 MB, and both of them will get not both of them, but with the Nokia X Plus you will get the 4 GB micro SD card within the package, and on this one you will not get the micro SD card within the package. All the Nokia X, Nokia X Plus and Nokia XL, all of these three are dual SIM phones.